Hello and welcome back to Taking E with Mike and JD. I'm JD,
And I'm Mike.
and today we're going to be doing our picks for the Week 9 of the 2022 NFL season. Just briefly, our scores from last week. We had a pretty good week. We tied last week. We both went 10-4. I picked the Cleveland-Cincinnati game correct, and Mike picked the Baltimore-Tampa Bay game correct. So it's always better when we tie because that means I didn't lose that week. So overall, Mike is still in the lead, but by 3 games, he's at 59, 46-1, and I'm at 56, 49-1. So still a lot of time to catch up. We have 9 more weeks to go. So let's get this going. So our first game is our Thursday night game, which is ironic because these are the cities playing in the World Series right now. We have Philadelphia at Houston. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, Philadelphia. I mean, Texans have been better than what I would have said they would have been at the start of this year, but they're not beating the Eagles.
Yeah, especially after the beatdown that they handed the Steelers, the Eagles seem to be operating on another level. Especially they just came off of their bye, so I think Philadelphia should probably handle this one pretty good. And they're used to winning in Texas, so so we'll see.
And so next up, we've got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Atlanta Falcons.
The division-leading Atlanta Falcons, which you wouldn't think at the start of the year. I think this should actually be a pretty good game. Atlanta plays pretty good at home, and the Chargers have been kind of up and down, but I think the Chargers coming off a bye, I'm going to take the Chargers. I think they come out swinging this week.
I am also going to take the Chargers. I do think it'll be close though. That's kind of as you're alluding to there. Like if you picked this game at the start of the season before a ball had been kicked off, you'd be like, Chargers and probably Chargers fairly handily. So, but at the start, like if the Falcons won, I won't be shocked. I won't be like, oh,
exactly,
where's that coming?
Exactly. Yeah, the Falcons have played pretty well this year, especially at home. Our next game is the Miami Dolphins at the Chicago Bears.
Yeah. Look, I think the Dolphins will get up here. I don't think the Bears are a great team. I think it's a bit of a boost for them getting Claypool, but the Dolphins will get up over them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead on take Miami. Ever since Tua came back, they lost those games when they did not have Tua in. Since Tua has come back, they've been really a wrecking ball. So with him in the lineup, I'm going to take Miami.
Yep. So our next game is the Carolina Panthers at the Cincinnati Bengals.
Cincinnati did not play well last week. And like I talked about, they are missing Jamar Chase. Carolina, came back and tied it against Atlanta, but I think Cincinnati will bounce back this week, especially playing at home. So I'm going to take Cincy.
Yeah, look, I'm also going to take Cincy. Yeah, I've kind of gone back and forwards on this, but I'm just going to stick with who I originally picked, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the Carolinas has played well the last few weeks. They beat Tampa Bay, and then they came back, they tied it against Atlanta. But yeah, I think Cincinnati's the better choice. So, okay, our next game is the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions.
I mean, look, I'm going to pick the Packers. They really, really should. There is no reason they should win this game, but unfortunately, I wouldn't be surprised if they find a way to lose it. And honestly, it'll be humiliating at this point. More humiliating this season has been already. So I'm hoping the Packers.
I'm gonna go and pick Detroit. Green Bay's not playing very well. And Detroit plays pretty good at home. They're 1-3 at home, but they're 4 games that they've played so far. They lost by 3 points against Seattle. They played Miami pretty good last week, so I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna take Detroit.
Our next game is the Las Vegas Raiders at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I'm gonna take Jacksonville. Um, I don't know. Someone's just telling me to take Jacksonville. I mean, I know I shouldn't bet against Hall of Fame quarterback Derek Carr, but
It is always a risk.
yeah, Jacksonville's at home. They've obviously they are 2-6. They've lost 5 in a row, but I just think that they're a bit better right now than Las Vegas. So I'm gonna take Jacksonville.
I'm also going to take Jacksonville. I agree with everything you said there. I think they're the better team, which is
Funny to
bizarre,
say.
but yeah, it's very funny to say.
Our next game is the Indianapolis Colts at the New England Patriots.
Yeah, look, I'm picking the Patriots in this one. I think I think Mac Jones will have a pretty good game. I don't know. I always struggle to pick the Colts. I don't really know why. I just don't. It seems I don't
Yeah,
really like them.
yeah. The Colts were kind of sellers at the deadline and stuff, so and they obviously benched Matt Ryan. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, I think New England, especially playing at home, New England. I don't know. Has just been playing pretty good the last few stretch. I mean, they did lose to Chicago, but I'm gonna take New England too in this one.
Mm. Um, and so next up we have the Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets.
So this is a pretty big game for the NFC East. The Jets are a game and a half behind the Bills. They finally lost last week. So they beat New England, or New England beat them at home. So I can't pick against Buffalo. New York's a bit ahead of their time frame for a rebuild a little bit. They're kind of playing with house money right now, so that's why I wouldn't be shocked if they win, because the team that kind of has nothing to lose right now, plays better. But just the way Buffalo's been playing all year, I got to take Buffalo.
Definitely. Yep. Buffalo all day for me.
All right. The next game is the Minnesota Vikings at the Washington Commanders.
Look, I think this will actually be closer than probably you would think, but I do think the Vikings will get up.
Yeah, Minnesota is one of the top teams in the NFC right now. So 6-1. Their defense has played pretty well. Their offense is clicking. Their only loss right now is on the road, but I don't think they're going to pick up. It is funny to say the Commanders are 4-4. They're a 500 team. They're not 1-7 or whatever. But I'm just going to take Minnesota in this one too.
So our next match is the Seattle Seahawks at Arizona.
I'm going to take Seattle. Seattle has been playing great all year, and I'm pretty disappointed in Arizona. Arizona will come out and have like that quick flash game every so often, but I'm just gonna have to stick with Seattle right now until they start losing. Really.
Yeah, I'm going the other way here. I'm going to take the Cardinals. I think it'll be a close game, but this is desperation stakes for Arizona, and given I feel like both teams are fairly even, I just think them being at home is they'll come out, maybe a 3-score, not a 3-score game, a 3-point win or something like that.
All right.
So next up, we've got Los Angeles at Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Both teams that are pretty disappointing. If you remember last week, I wondered when was the last time Brady had ever lost 3 games in a row. It was in 2002 where he ended up losing 4 times in a row. And I just can't see that happening, even though they're having a bad year. So I'm going to take Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on this one, to be completely honest. Look, part of me feels like, the Rams will get up because they've had, such a good record against Tom Brady, but I just Cooper Cup is got that ankle injury, that kind of thing. I think I am also going to go the Bucks, but much like a few kind of games here, I'm not going to be shocked if the Rams win.
So our Sunday night game is the Tennessee Titans at the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, the Chiefs. Yep, I think the Chiefs will, win pretty comfortably, being at home and the better team.
Yeah, Mahomes really likes playing in prime time. I think Tennessee, they're having a pretty good year. They're obviously 5-2 and they're leading their division, but they're just not scoring a lot. Their defense has held up pretty well, but they were going to have their handful stopping, the best offense in the league. So I'm going to take Kansas City too. Monday night game here. It's the Baltimore Ravens at the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, I'm picking the Saints here. Not the Saints, sorry. I'm picking the Ravens. Oh, that's funny. Yes, I'm picking the Ravens. I heard myself say the Saints, and I'm like, what the fuck did you just say?
You can't change your mind.
I am definitely changing my mind for this one. So yeah, Ravens for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Ravens. New Orleans has kind of had these good and bad games this year, but I'm just gonna have to. I'm gonna have to stick with Baltimore right now. I think they're just a better team. And with that, so that is Week 9. The teams on a bye is Cleveland, the New York Giants, Pittsburgh, Denver, Dallas, and San Francisco. So a lot of teams on a bye right now. So thank you for joining us today. Please let us know your picks down in the comment. As always, please like and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a nice day.
See you later, guys.